This is perhaps the most life-changing self-care idea you could incorporate. Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamiso Miranda. My channel is all things personal growth and lifestyle design. Stay tuned for some tips, tricks, hacks and tools on becoming the best you. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 steps to take better care of yourself in this isolation period. So everyone reacts differently to stressful situations, especially the situation we're in now. Our daily routine has changed from an in-person routine to a virtual routine. It's likely that we're all experiencing overwhelming feelings of fear, anxiety and worry, especially with the concerns of our health and financial well-being. But in the middle of chaos offers an opportunity for radical self-care and self-love with a wellness toolkit that will last a lifetime. Firstly, I'd like to clarify what I mean when I say self-care. So self-care is the active participation of enhancing your physical, mental, emotional and spiritual health. It's a way of living that incorporates behaviors that help you to be refreshed, replenish your personal motivation and ultimately grow as a person. Regular self-care will strengthen your endurance and your resistance as you go about your life, which means it's so much more than just relaxing and pampering ourselves. The first step is mindset. I believe that our mindset is everything. Everything that we do in life, everything that we become in life, everything starts in your mind. Your mindset is the starting point of who you become in life and what you achieve and how you leave your mark on the world. Everything stems from the quality of your thoughts. It's so hard to be fulfilled when you are constantly focusing on the negatives in life. Why? Because where your mind goes, your energy follows. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, we need to learn to adapt an abundance mindset. This is perhaps the most life-changing self-care idea you could incorporate into your life. Reframing your thoughts and shifting them is a deliberate practice and it takes time. However, if you are able to accomplish it, you will experience greater joy and fulfillment in all areas of your life. And in this present situation that we're all going through right now, this lockdown situation, the best thing we can all do is to focus on the fact that we are all doing the right thing. Right now, the most important thing that every individual on the planet can do to help stop this virus is to flatten the curve. The only way we can help ourselves and the world at large by flattening the curve is to stay at home. Stay at home to prevent further spread of this virus. So when we focus on the reason why we are being asked to stay at home, this will help us to understand and it will give us a better attitude to look at the whole situation as opposed to just complaining based on the restrictions. Step 2 is to pray. I personally believe that our faith is given to us as a coping mechanism. Life is not perfect. We go through things happen, and you need to be able to cope with what's going on around you instead of complaining and falling victim. My faith gives me something to hold on to and to fight back with. When I pray, it gives me peace of mind. It relaxes me, it calms me. When you read the Bible, the biblical promises, it will give you comfort at such a time as this when everything is uncertain, nobody knows what's going to happen, nobody knows what's happening tomorrow, everyone is just taking each day as it comes. Reading the Bible and praying will help you to stay grounded. It will help you to relieve some stress. It will keep you calm And meditating on biblical scriptures, especially right now when life is literally upside down, is so important, more so now than ever, because in this isolation period, my go-to scripture has been Isaiah 41:10. It says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. I will help you. I will strengthen you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." I find those words to be so comforting, especially after watching the news and catching up with the numbers and getting an update of what's going on around the world. It's easy to start to panic immediately after that because it's a lot that is going on. And when you look at the situation with compassion, that these are people's children, people's husbands, brothers, uncles, aunts, and this is what is currently happening. It's so easy to become afraid and fearful and start to worry and be anxious about the situation. But if you meditate on a scripture like that and think about it throughout your whole day, it will provide you with some comfort. It will give you hope. It will strengthen you. It will help you to feel better as opposed to just completely panicking. If you've gotten some value from this video so far, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell next to it so you'll be the first to know when I upload my next video. So the third step is maintaining a routine. We are all at home, we have this time, what are we going to do with ourselves? We can't just sleep all day. You can't just binge watch Netflix all day. You have to have some type of routine. You have to have some type of normality back into your life. So I highly recommend having a set bedtime and a set waking up time. It might not be your exact schedule. You could be sleeping later, waking up later, whatever your situation is. But it's important to have some type of structure to ensure that you are getting your 8 hours of sleep and you're not oversleeping. And the same rule of thumb generally applies to your diet. I think it's very important to maintain your 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times to ensure that you are nourishing your body with the right nutrients and you are getting a fully balanced diet, especially at a time like this when we need our immune systems to be functioning the best. We have to ensure that our diet includes all the healthy foods, the vitamin C rich foods that will help to strengthen and to support our immune systems. And I also think that it's important to plan out your day. So even if you are not doing much, even if you're going to watch Netflix, YouTube, maybe read a book or listen to a podcast or play some games, get some exercise in. If you have a structured plan, for example, in the morning you could do some exercise, maybe listen to a podcast or Audible, and then after lunch, go for a walk or do something outdoors, get some fresh air, just open a window, sit at the balcony, perhaps read a book or play a game if you're in isolation with your family or your friends. And for those that are working from home, I think that it's so important to find a corner that you can just set up as your workstation so that when you go to that area, it could just be the corner of the dining table. Or if you have a home office set up, somewhere that you can just go and tell your body that now I'm in a work zone, I need to get work done. I'm not just at home chilling. And the best technique that I have personally found working from home is the Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. This keeps me so much more productive as I have 2 children, so I have constant distractions, and I find that this allows me to be the most productive because I can focus for 25 minutes and get some serious work done as much as I can in that time, and then have a 5-minute break to check on the kids, see what's going on. If they need my attention, I can just quickly help them and then get back into what I'm doing. So the 4th step I have is staying connected. It is so important to maintain your relationship with your friends, with your family, your co-workers, your neighbors. Obviously, we are unable to go and meet up with them, so everything that we have to do is now online, and we are so lucky to have the technology that we have now. Just imagine if this situation happened in the days where there was no internet or no video calls. Like, that would be so much worse, and we need to be grateful that we have video calls now. So it's so much easier to keep in touch and to keep up with people. You could literally just arrange like a coffee morning or something and check in with your friends, your co-workers. Just make it a fun daily catch up. How are you doing? What are you doing? Are you watching Netflix series? What book are you reading? What games did you play? What did you do today? What did you eat? You can share recipes just to keep in touch with other people, because we need that social aspect for us to feel fulfilled and to feel happy within ourselves. And for like people that like books, you could set up a mini book club where you all decide to read a particular book, and then you discuss it on a daily basis. Like if you say that, okay, read up to page 20, read up to page 40, and then everybody does that, and then you can all go online to discuss how it was. I recently did that, but not with the book, it was with the movie. So I watched this movie, Acrimony, and I'm very late to the party, I know. But after I watched it, I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone. After I watched it, I was so emotional. I had so many things to say, and I just needed to call people. So I was calling my friends, I'm asking them, have you watched this movie? What did you think about it? Luckily, a few of them had watched it, so they were able to continue the conversation. So yeah, I was calling them, I was WhatsApp messaging them. I'm like, babe, did you see this film? What did you think? Can you believe this? Oh my God, this. And it just allowed us to really go in and to explore and to see what the other person thinks and their reasons. And it was just a really fun, nice time. And it's something that we could incorporate into our time during this isolation period. Please comment down below if you have watched Acrimony and what you thought of it. I would really like to know. Step 5 is laughing out loud. Right. Even if you are in isolation completely by yourself, it's still important to put on something funny. Find a comedian that you like, that you resonate with, and just put it on and have a good old laugh. Get some air into your lungs. Research shows laughing instantly reduces the level of stress hormones, such as cortisol, adrenaline, and dopamine. And it increases the production of serotonin and endorphins. It is so important to be calling your funny friends. You know, everybody has that friend that if you just call them, you know that whole conversation is just gonna be jokes. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna have a great time. Those are the people that we need to ensure that we are calling once, twice, 3 times a week. Watch comedy shows, and I like to follow my favorite comedians on social media. So I completely love Trevor Noah. I find him hilarious. I like Can See Me Ann. She's really funny. You should follow her she's on Facebook. Trevor is on Instagram. I like Madame Boss. Hilarious, absolutely love her. And Maraji, she's also on Instagram. So go and find them. They are absolutely hilarious. When I'm scrolling through my Instagram feed or Facebook feed and I just bump into one of their videos and I'm literally laughing out loud to myself. And if I'm with someone, I'm like, oh my God, come and watch this. This thing is so funny. And from there, if it's a particular joke or something that I know I have a friend or an aunt or a cousin that will find that funny and that will get the joke, I will share it with them. I'm like, oh my God, brighten up your day, just have a little giggle, get some air in your lungs. And it's so important to help us stay positive during this very difficult time. I hope these 5 steps will help you to have an easier time during this isolation period. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I'll see you in my next one, Destructive Habits in Your Life, as we continue our journey towards a more wholesome, healthier, and more meaningful lifestyle.